And former President Donald Trump is returning to California later this week. His campaign issuing a release today saying that the president will be holding a rally in Coachella. That's set up for Saturday. That's in Riverside County. The president is expected to take the stage around 5 o'clock.
Isn't that exciting? I am so excited. I am in California, Southern California, so really close to where this is going to be, about 3 hours away. And I have been checking on Donald Trump's website that talks about his events. They are available here. So I've been checking this daily, sometimes a couple times a day, just to see when Trump might be somewhere nearby. I thought it might be Vegas would be the next place I'd have an opportunity to go to. I missed the first Vegas rally that he had, and then I found this website. So if you are near any of the battleground states, or apparently even not necessarily battleground state, because Trump is going to be coming to Aurora, Colorado, because he promised he would do that and talk about the Venezuelan gangs and highlight that there. He is also going to be, of course, in California, which has not voted for a Republican president since 1988, which is crazy. And Colorado hasn't since 2004. But he is letting us know that he is a president for the entire country. He is not just a president for the swing states. And actually, California has 5.5 million registered Republicans, which is the most of any state. Unfortunately, though, California has some 20 million voters, so we are drastically outnumbered. But I think if we got more love from our leaders like Donald Trump, then I think we would be able to grow the party. And I hope he comes out here, and I hope he tries to do that, even if it is unattainable this time around, because we have so many things against us in California, not to mention the latest law that Gavin Newsom put out to combat local elections like Huntington Beach. They had where they were requiring voter ID for their local elections. They were already not allowed to do it for state and federal elections because of California. But now California, Newsom had signed a bill saying that not even local elections can require an ID. That's how bad it is in California, that how much they want to sway this the other direction other than what I think the accurate direction should be. In any case, we're going to be there. I'm driving 3 hours. Me and my husband, we're going to be there. We're going to be staying at a campground that is a lot closer. So you obviously can't bring a camper to the parking lot there, I'm sure, but we're going to be parked about a half an hour away, and then we're just going to drive in the next day and just make a whole weekend of it. So look for me. I'll be probably wearing my pink camouflage Trump 2024 hat. Other things that are going on, he's going to be in Arizona again. He's going to be in Reno, Nevada again. He's going to be in back in Georgia. Meanwhile, Vance will be in Michigan, Detroit, Tucson, Arizona. He'll be back into Greensboro, North Carolina, and show some love there and some attention there. And of course, then Johnstown, Pennsylvania. But let me know what you think about Trump coming out to California. Are you going to be able to make it? I would love to be able to rally people. Please share this far and wide. I don't think this is something that a lot of Californians would even be expecting. So I'm hoping that there'll be enough news about it that people who can come will get word soon enough that they'll be able to make it and really show Trump how much potential is out here in California for a presidential nominee, Republican nominee that really wants to take advantage of us and tell us that he'll be out here and he'll do the things that we really need to have done. But there, even though it doesn't, nobody is thinking that he'll be able to carry the state with the electoral college. It's like 54 electoral college votes, I believe, in California, which is I think the biggest in the nation. However, we do have a lot of competitive districts. So I'm in Kevin McCarthy's old district. Vince Vaughn is now our representative, and he's going to be running again against another Republican. because we have something called a jungle primary out here, which is another crazy California thing. But there are other districts as well that are a toss-up. They could, be between a Republican and a Democrat. It could be between two independents. Hold on just a second. I've got some noise coming in here. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Turn that off. Sorry for the distraction. But anyhow, he'll be here to rally, get people in to vote on for those close races here in California. Now, to my knowledge, he hasn't really said anything about the Senate race here. We've got Adam Schiff, which of course was like Donald Trump's nemesis. He called him Shifty Schiff, Pencil Neck Schiff, all other sorts of wonderful names that I'm sure you guys can remember. What was your favorite? Put that down in the comments below. But he is running against Steve Garvey, a Republican, who apparently was a big-time baseball player out here, seen as more of a kind of middle of the road, not really extreme MAGA, which I think is probably not helping him any because, Trump, I haven't even heard Trump mention his name. And so, of course, without the backing of Trump, it's just a no-name person versus Adam Schiff, who's been a congressman here for decades and is not going to go well. I think that our Republicans need to jump on the Trump train, and that's how you're going to get elected. That is the new brand of the Republican Party. Conservative common sense, conservatism, and America first ideals. And, it's really kind of hearkening back to Ronald Reagan, who once upon a time was the governor of California. And of course, he won California both times that he ran, in 80 as well as 1984. And then George Bush, his vice president, was the last Republican to win all the electoral votes from California. So another great thing about Trump coming this weekend is it's going to bring attention to a bunch of close Republican congressional races. Now, with 54 electoral votes, that means 2 of them represent the senators and then 52 represent each of the congressional districts. That's a lot of congressional districts here in California, and a good number of them are Republican. And it is so crucial that when Trump wins on November 5th, that he has a good number of House representatives as well. So even if we aren't going to be able to get Steve Garvey, which I really hope that we could, but honestly, the Republicans are outnumbered at least 2-1 in California. And so to be able to win that statewide race seems very unlikely. But we might be able to squeeze out some of these districts for congressional races and, hold on to what we have. My area is very, very Republican. As I said, we've got 2 Republicans that are running against each other, Vince Vaughn, and I don't remember the second person's name, but Vince Vaughn is the one that won the special election back in March to finish out Kevin McCarthy's term, and he'll probably win going forward, and that'll be his seat going forward. But there are other congressional districts that are a lot closer, and so by Trump coming, it may not mean anything in terms of the presidential race, but his presence here this weekend might be able to encourage more Republicans to show up and to be there for the congressional races. And this is also perfect timing because we just got our ballots in the mail yesterday, and we also have gotten, let's see what else we got here. The little voter guide. There are a ton of propositions. So if you are in California, make sure you know these propositions. Most of the time any proposition is generally to try and increase our taxes. But occasionally there are good propositions in there. So make sure you understand what's good, what's bad. This is put out by the California Republican Party. So there's some that say no, that they recommend, some that they say yes, that they recommend. But I haven't had time to actually review these yet. I'm going to be doing that before I make a video on that. Also, what you should have gotten in the last couple of days if you're in California is the general election guide. This is really thick, but there's a couple different languages in here, I think. I don't think this is all English. Oh my goodness. Nope, this one is all English. So that is really thick. That's a lot to go through. If you want something that is just a straightforward plain English voter guide, you might want to consider checking out Reform California. Let me get to that here real quick. So go to reformcalifornia.org. It is run by Carl DeMaio, who is the chairman of Reform California. He has a YouTube channel. Highly recommend that you subscribe to that. He talks a lot about different California legislative functions. He is running right now, I believe, for a Congress seat. I think he is in the state legislature right now, but I believe, is running to actually be a congressman. So it's one of those seats that he's trying to get in there to go to Washington and to help Trump pass the laws that we need to have passed. Another thing I wanted to bring up, because there is still time, is this is my county, in Kern County, but each county in California has an elections division. So find your county's election website and see if you can join in on being a poll worker. They call it volunteering to be a poll worker, but it really isn't unpaid. They do give you some money. It's certainly well below minimum wage, but at least it's something. If you can't afford to just give a full free day, there is some money in it. But the most important thing, though, is to try and make sure that we are keeping an eye on things and doing things right. California does have some screwy laws. So, like, for instance, we are hamstrung in terms of, like, we can't say, hey, let me see your ID, make sure you are who you say you are. You can't do that, but you can be involved in the process and make sure that somebody's not coming in with 30 ballots and dropping them off. So please, if you have the time available to go to the training and to be there for the setup, which is the night before election, and then to be there on election day, see if you can sign up for your county. All right. So anyhow, continuing on. And God will have this fight for us. He will win this for us. All right. So God bless. And I hope to see you at the rally. And if not, I will see you here on YouTube. And please comment below. I'd love to have the conversation going. God bless. Bye.